Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered how the universe might be subtly guiding your love life, your creativity, or even the bold next steps in your career? Well, hold on to your seats, because we are about to witness a rare and powerful celestial alignment that astrologers are calling a cosmic shift with massive rewards. On March 7th to 8th, 2026, three extraordinary planets, Venus, Neptune, and Saturn, will come together in a beautiful, fiery conjunction in Aries. Now, if you're new to astrology, let me break this down. Venus governs your love, relationships, beauty, and values, the things your heart truly desires. Neptune brings dreams, intuition, spiritual insight, and even a touch of mystery and illusion. And Saturn, the great teacher of the cosmos, adds structure, discipline, and long-term rewards to everything it touches. When these three forces meet in the bold and fiery sign of Aries, which is all about courage, action, and new beginnings, it creates a unique energy, one that pushes us to clarify our desires, transform our dreams into reality, and take bold steps forward. In this video, we're going to break it all down for you. What each planet represents, how they interact in Aries, the cosmic themes they bring, practical steps you can take to harness this energy, and even how it affects each zodiac sign differently. Plus, we'll dive into the mythology and symbolism behind these planets so you can really feel the deeper meaning of what's happening in the sky. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep exploring astrology and cosmic insights with me. Give this video a like if you're excited to unlock your potential with this alignment, and I'd love for you to comment your zodiac sign. I read every single one and love seeing how these energies show up for each of you. Your support helps the channel grow and lets me keep bringing these deep dives straight to you. So, grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's explore how Venus, Neptune, and Saturn in Aries are opening doors for clarity, inspiration, and action in your life. Trust me, you're going to want to pay close attention because this cosmic shift could bring some serious rewards if you work with it consciously. All right, cosmic explorers, let's get cozy with the stars for a moment. Before we dive into what this Venus-Neptune-Saturn conjunction in Aries really means for our lives, we need to meet the players. Think of it like getting to know the cast before a big story unfolds, because understanding what each planet represents is key to grasping the magic of this alignment. First up, we have Venus. Now, everyone knows Venus as the planet of love, right? But it's not just about romance. It's about what makes life beautiful, what you value, what your heart reaches for. Venus governs our relationships, our sense of aesthetics, our pleasures, our creativity, and yes, even our money and material comforts. Basically, Venus is your heart's GPS. When Venus shows up, it asks, what do you really want? What makes your soul feel at ease and inspired? In this alignment, Venus is bringing that energy to the party, the part of us that wants love, beauty, and fulfillment, and asking us to reflect on whether we're really living in alignment with those desires. Then there's Neptune, the dreamy one. Neptune isn't about tangible results. It's about vision, imagination, intuition, and a sense of connection to something bigger than ourselves. Neptune is like the part of you that whispers ideas in the middle of the night, gives you chills when you hear a song that just hits, or nudges you toward a spiritual practice or creative project that feels almost magical. But here's the thing. Neptune can be tricky. Sometimes it blurs reality. It can make us see things as more idealized than they really are. So in this alignment, Neptune is like a shimmering fog, asking us to dream big, but also to be aware that not every illusion is a pathway forward. And then we have Saturn. Oh, Saturn. This is the planet of structure, boundaries, responsibility, and long-term growth. Saturn is that friend who reminds you to do the hard work, to keep your promises, and to face reality, even when reality feels harsh. It's about discipline, patience, and building things that last. Saturn is often misunderstood because it's associated with restriction, but in reality, it's the teacher of time. It helps us turn ideas into achievements and dreams into concrete reality. Think of it as the scaffolding you need to transform the misty visions of Neptune and the desires of Venus into something real and lasting. Now, the exciting twist here is that all three of these planets are coming together in Aries, the bold, fiery sign of action and initiative. Aries is like that spark of energy that pushes you to start, to take risks, to step into the unknown with courage. It's impatient, it's passionate, and it's direct. So when Venus, Neptune, and Saturn converge in Aries, you get this fascinating mix. Your heart's desires, Venus, your dreams and intuition, Neptune, and the structure and discipline to make things happen, Saturn, all charged with the courage and action-oriented energy of Aries. Imagine this. Venus says, "I want love and beauty in my life." Neptune whispers, "Dream bigger, imagine what could be." Saturn adds, "Okay, here's how we actually make that happen in a real, lasting way." And Aries jumps in with a fist in the air saying, "Now go, don't wait, take action." It's like a cosmic pep talk, inspiring, motivating, but also deeply grounding if you work with it consciously. What makes this conjunction really exciting is that each planet brings something unique to the table, but when combined, their energies are amplified. Venus softens the sometimes harsh discipline of Saturn with charm and grace. Neptune's vision can spark innovation in love, art, or career paths that Saturn would normally consider impossible. And Saturn ensures that neither Venus nor Neptune gets lost in unrealistic fantasies. It's a reality check that keeps dreams sustainable. And Aries makes all of this active. It encourages us not just to think or dream, but to move. Here's a way to relate it to your own life. Maybe you've been dreaming about a big career change, a creative project, or even a new relationship. Venus in this mix helps you understand what truly matters to you, what you value most. Neptune encourages you to imagine a version of life that feels inspired and magical. And Saturn shows you the practical steps to make it happen, even if it takes time and effort. Aries adds the push to stop procrastinating and take that first courageous step. So, in short, these planets are like different ingredients in a recipe. Venus brings sweetness, Neptune adds a hint of mystery and magic, Saturn provides stability and structure, and Aries brings heat and energy to cook it all up. When you mix them consciously, you've got the potential for something truly transformative. And this isn't just theoretical. Astrologers say this combination is rare and has the potential to bring massive rewards if we align with it, because it's a perfect storm of desire, inspiration, discipline, and action. Okay, now that we've met the planets individually, it's time to talk about what happens when they come together. This is where the magic really starts, and trust me, it's like watching the universe throw a cosmic mixer into your life, stirring desire, dreams, and discipline all at once. So, let's start with the word conjunction. In astrology, a conjunction happens when two or more planets appear very close together in the sky. And while it's an optical alignment from Earth's perspective, meaning the planets aren't actually crashing into each other, Astrologers interpret it as their energies blending in a super intense way. Think of it like three powerful friends walking into a room together. The energy is amplified and their influence is immediate. Now, when we look at Venus, Neptune, and Saturn in Aries, we have a really fascinating mix. Venus plus Neptune. This combo is dreamy and romantic. Venus brings desire and value. Neptune brings imagination and intuition. Together, they ask us to consider, what do I truly long for, and am I dreaming too small, or maybe too big? This pairing can spark inspiration, creative breakthroughs, even spiritual awakenings. But it can also blur lines. Sometimes we see what we want to see instead of reality. That's why awareness is key. Venus plus Saturn. Here's where the grounding happens. Venus is soft and beautiful, but Saturn is serious and disciplined. This pairing asks, which of my desires are realistic and which are fleeting fantasies? Which relationships or goals are worth committing to for the long haul? It's like Saturn is handing Venus a blueprint, saying, okay, you can dream, but let's make it last. Neptune plus Saturn. This one is my personal favorite. Neptune is all about vision, inspiration, and the what could be, while Saturn says, yes, but what can realistically be built? It's a balance between imagination and practicality, dreams and reality. Neptune gives hope, Saturn gives structure. Together, they teach us how to take a vision and turn it into something tangible. And then Aries enters the picture, bold, fiery, and impatient Aries. Aries energy pushes you to take action right now. So while Neptune is whispering, Venus is dreaming, and Saturn is plotting the roadmap, Aries is shouting, enough talk, move. This is why astrologers see this alignment as a perfect storm of potential. If you harness it consciously, you can clarify what you want, dream bigger than ever, and actually start building the life you imagine, all at the same time. Let's put it in relatable terms. Imagine you've been thinking about starting a creative project, maybe a business, a blog, a painting, or even writing a book. Venus tells you, this project excites your heart. You love it. Neptune says, imagine all the amazing ways this could change your life. Think big, dream freely. Saturn steps in with the structure. Here's a timeline, here's a plan. Stick with it, and it will last. And Aries? Aries pushes you to actually start today instead of waiting for the perfect moment. What's even more interesting about this conjunction is that it can affect different areas of life simultaneously. Relationships, career, finances, and personal growth can all feel this energy at once. That's why astrologers talk about massive rewards. It's not about instant magic. It's about alignment. When your heart, your dreams, and your discipline all point in the same direction, and you take action, that's when transformative opportunities appear. Here's a little cosmic homework for you, if you like. Notice where Aries falls in your natal chart. That's the area of life this conjunction could hit most strongly for you. For some, it could be relationships. For others, career or creativity. And some of us might feel a push in all areas at once. Keep that in mind as we move through the next segments. We'll talk about how to take practical steps to work with this energy. Before we move on, I want to bring this back to something very human. This alignment is powerful, yes, but it's not a guarantee that everything magically falls into place. Think of it like a cosmic invitation. The universe is handing you a toolkit: desire, vision, discipline, and courage. How you use it is up to you. That's what makes this conjunction so exciting. It's a chance to co-create your future, consciously and intentionally. All right, friends, Now that we know what each planet represents and how they interact in this conjunction, let's talk about the bigger picture. The cosmic themes this alignment could bring into our lives. This is where it starts to get really exciting because we're moving from planetary mechanics into how it can show up for you personally in real life. First, let's talk about clarity in love and values. Venus is the planet of love and relationships, and when it joins forces with Neptune and Saturn in fiery Aries, it's like the universe is handing you a magnifying glass for your heart. Suddenly, things that were murky or confusing become clearer. You might find yourself asking questions like, do I really want this relationship? Do I value the right things? Am I chasing someone or something because it truly fulfills me, or because it's just familiar? This alignment encourages honesty, both with yourself and with others. And honestly, having clarity like that, it can be life-changing. Next up is creative breakthroughs. Neptune is the dreamer of the cosmos, and Venus adds inspiration and beauty to the mix. When Neptune and Venus team up with Saturn, the master of structure, it's like your imagination finally finds its legs. Maybe you've had this idea for a business, an art project, or a personal goal that felt too out there to pursue. This alignment can provide the energy to turn that idea into something real, step by step. And Aries pushes you to take action, rather than just thinking about it. So suddenly, that vague dream feels doable. It's like the universe is saying, go ahead, start building. Your vision is ready to be brought into reality. The third theme is hard-earned rewards. Saturn's energy is all about long-term results. It's not flashy, it's not instant gratification, it's about patience, persistence, and commitment. But when you combine Saturn with the inspiration of Neptune and the desire-driven energy of Venus, you get something incredible. The chance to see the results of your efforts pay off in a meaningful way. Think of it like planting seeds with intention. This alignment is fertile ground, but it requires you to nurture it consciously. Another theme is bold new beginnings. Aries energy is impulsive, fiery, and ready to move. It's the spark that says, stop waiting, start now. When these planets converge in Aries, it's a cosmic nudge to take that first step towards something you've been dreaming about, whether that's a relationship, a project, or even a shift in your mindset. The key here is courage. Aries wants you to move forward, even if the path isn't perfectly clear. Then there's inner wisdom and spiritual growth. Neptune brings intuition, Venus brings heart-centered clarity, and Saturn ensures that what you learn is practical and lasting. Together, they create a unique opportunity to learn from experience, trust your instincts, and grow in ways that stick. You might find yourself drawn to meditation, journaling, or other reflective practices that help you tune into this energy consciously. Let's make this even more relatable. Imagine you've been feeling stuck in your career, unsure if it's time to take a leap or start something new. Venus asks, what would you truly enjoy doing? Neptune whispers, imagine the possibilities if you dared to dream big. Saturn responds, here's the plan to make it sustainable. And Aries shouts, take the first step today. This combination creates clarity, courage, and direction all at once. That's why astrologers talk about this period as a potential for massive rewards. Finally, a subtle but powerful theme here is balance between dreams and reality. This alignment challenges us to dream big, but stay grounded, to imagine and create while taking practical steps. That's the trick. Without Neptune, Saturn might feel too strict. Without Saturn, Neptune might feel too vague. Without Venus, the heart might not be engaged. Without Aries, we might hesitate. Together, these planets create a rare harmony between vision, practicality, desire, and action. All right, now we're going to make this real. Let's bring it down from the stars and talk about how this alignment could actually show up in your life. Because it's one thing to talk about planets and energy in the sky, but it's a whole other thing to see how it touches your day-to-day reality, your relationships, your work, your creativity, and even your personal growth. First, let's start with relationships. Venus is involved in this conjunction, so naturally, love and connection are front and center. You might find that your relationships feel more intense, more revealing, or even more inspiring during this time. Maybe you'll suddenly understand what you really need from a partner, or a friendship might reveal its true colors, the kind that strengthens you, or the kind that teaches a lesson. And here's the beautiful part. Neptune's influence encourages compassion and forgiveness, while Saturn reminds you about boundaries and commitment. So it's not just about passion, it's about healthy, lasting connections. You might feel called to communicate more honestly, or to invest time and energy in the relationships that truly matter. Next, career and finances. This alignment is excellent for evaluating what you're working toward and whether your current path aligns with your dreams.